Yo, what is going on, guys? Flashverse here, and welcome back to another video on the Batman movie. And this will be my trailer breakdown for the Batman movie, and oh boy, is it awesome. We had some very interesting things revealed in regards to the Batman movie during DC FanDome as well. I hope we have more DC FanDomes for the years to come, because it has been such a fun ride, and just what a way to conclude it with this trailer. This trailer literally made my jaws drop. But before I do the trailer breakdown, however, you guys don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel so you are aware of more the Batman content coming your way. Okay, so before the trailer breakdown, I will try my very best to show you guys the trailer. And the reason to why I may not be able to show you guys this trailer is because of copyright issues. But this trailer is just so good. I'd love for you guys to see it, or just get a recap on it in general, since I will be doing a breakdown on it. But if you guys aren't able to see the trailers, that would mean that I would have had to take it down. I will link the trailer in the description down below just in case that happens. But yeah, here we go. Let's watch this trailer. So yeah, wow. If you guys were able to see the trailer, you'd know that this is no joke. This trailer is insane. But yeah, let's not waste any more time and just break this trailer down frame by frame. So the trailer kicks off in a very interesting way, and we have the Riddler placing a couple of riddles on a dead corpse for the GCPD and obviously for Batman to solve, which is really cool. As I said before, in this movie they're focusing more on Batman's detective side of things. So what better way to do so than by pushing Batman to solve the Riddler's riddles. But the music just alongside with this trailer, it just sets that nice and dark tone for a Batman movie, which is just great. It really fits this trailer, and it fits that footage that we get with it. But we then have the FBI and GCPD arriving at the crime scene, and they're looking at the things that the Riddler did. So on the corpse's face, we have it all wrapped up in tape, and it says "No more lies," probably in blood. And same for news articles as well, it just keeps saying lies. But then we have Batman show up fully suited up. Now we know that this is Batman year 2, so the suit wouldn't be that perfect. Bruce Wayne still has a long time until that final Batsuit. And same for the Riddler, like he doesn't even have his hat on, he doesn't have the green jacket with the question marks on, and same for Gordon as well. He's not Commissioner at this stage. So all these characters are far from what we know them to be today, which is just really cool, as these are different takes on these characters we all know. But yeah, there's this mysterious killer out there who's sending riddles for the Batman. And we have Jim Gordon giving this letter saying to the Batman. Now, the fact that the GCPD don't do anything whilst Batman enters the crime scene is kind of interesting, because since this is a Batman year 2, obviously you'd expect GCPD to know him, but not fully trust him yet. This is just 24 months of seeing the Bat, so like, how do they trust him? That was why I was kind of surprised when watching this trailer. And also, I was kind of surprised with the fact that the Riddler is aware of the Batman as well. But the trailers could be out of order, so the events of these scenes may take place later on in the movie, which is another way how the Riddler becomes aware of the Batman. But seeing Bruce Wayne on the crime scene just gives me chills. And that's the case because Jim Gordon and Batman are obviously longtime partners, so it's just really cool seeing them on screen together. But we have Jim Gordon asking Batman about the Riddler's riddles, and they'll probably work together to solve these riddles as well. But one interesting thing we have is this scene over here, where Batman is in GCPD and we have a bunch of officers trying to take Batman down. And you'd expect that because A, he's obviously a vigilante, and B, this is probably towards the start of the movie and no one trusts him yet. All they know is Batman is supposedly an urban legend, and when they just see him, like, you know, they'll start fearing the Bat because they didn't know that he was real. And they can't obviously trust him yet, so obviously they're going to try and do something like that. And we do actually see in the trailer that Batman is using his grapple gun to escape from the hands of some people firing at him. So it could be that these guys are GCPD officers and Batman is escaping from them. Who knows? And that would be the case, as this could be towards the start of the movie, and towards like the middle of the movie we'd have then Batman and Jim Gordon working together. But we then have this press going on, and we have this scene where they're talking about the murders taking place, and this villain called the Riddler is on the loose. But yeah, there will be corruption in Gotham, we already know that, so it won't be surprising at all if we do see this commissioner, I'm guessing, as he's standing next to Gordon, so he's probably the commissioner. But I won't be surprised in the slightest if this commissioner we're seeing as well would be some sort of criminal. But Paul Dano's Riddler voice is just so on spot, and I just love when he says, "What is the price for your blind eye?" Again, forcing Batman to work on his detective side of things. Now we do then see Batman looking at all the Gotham City news and the commissioner on press, and Bruce is actually disguised as well. He's not dressed as Batman, but he's just dressed as some like normal street guy. And he's obviously trying to uncover some other secrets that could potentially be going on related to this corruption in Gotham. But we do have Bruce Wayne going into the Batcave as well, and the Batcave does look really interesting. Now we do hear Andy Serkis's Alfred in the back as he says, "You're becoming quite the celebrity." So that probably has something to do with the Batman side of things, so not his Bruce Wayne side of things. And Batman is starting to get well known into public, which is probably how Riddler is now aware of this guy dressed as a bat. But we do have the Batcave, which is really cool as well, and we see all that tech and stuff as well, and they're obviously still in development as this is year 2, so not everything will be at its highest upgrade. He still has, as I said before, a long way to go until that point. Now we do then have this funeral scene taking place, and Bruce Wayne is obviously over there as well. Now one thing we see is that Riddler's men probably, or just some guy which I'll get to later on, goes crashing into this funeral and causes chaos, again toying with the Batman and trying to lure him. But one thing we then see is that there is this guy strapped onto a bomb with a message saying to the Batman. So this is probably the guy that crashed into the funeral, and he's probably forced to do that because he has a bomb on himself, and if he doesn't do what the Riddler says, poof will happen. Now we do see Bruce Wayne witnessing this crime firsthand as well, which is just really damn cool. But yeah, we have the Riddler toying with the Batman, obviously trying to get his attention by doing all this stuff. Now we do actually see Bruce Wayne then suit up as Batman later on in this trailer and try to help the guy that has been strapped onto the bomb, and as we can see, things don't go too well for Batman as an explosion occurs in that funeral area. So maybe what the Riddler is trying to do is like he's trying to cause all this chaos, and when Batman is unable to do stuff like that, he's trying to make Batman the one to blame for all this corruption and chaos happening in Gotham. Maybe that could be something that goes on, as that would be really cool. But we do then finally get our first look at Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman as well. Now the thing again is with this, she is far from the Catwoman we know her to be, hence why she doesn't even have a proper catsuit. But she's trying to pick this lock in this area where Riddler's victim was towards the start of the trailer, and we see that that is the case since we see the crime scene straps over there. But we do have this cool Batman versus Catwoman fight scene as well, but as we can see by the way they look at each other, this is where their relationship will begin. And we do have these types of goons over here as well. Now they aren't Joker goons as far as I'm aware, and it could be Joker goons because we know that Joker will be teased in this movie but he will not be appearing. But we do then have these goons say to Batman, "Who the hell are you?" Obviously alluding to the fact that Batman was just an urban legend for these 24 months. So the fact that these criminals are starting to see him and starting to fear him is just so cool, because as I said before, Batman has only been roaming around Gotham for like a couple of months, 24 months. So like it would be impossible for like every single criminal to just know about him. He would only take down those like, you know, low level drug busts and things like that. But we do see Batman brutally beat the living crap out of these goons, one of these goons, as he says, "I am vengeance," which just gave me chills. And Robert Pattinson's Batman voice was just really, really good. Now, the reason why Batman is being so brutal over here is obviously because he's angry. Like, there's this new murderer in town. He calls himself the Riddler and stuff. So far, like, many stuff happened, so Batman would probably take his anger out on them. That is my speculation towards that, at least. But we do then get this new look of the Batmobile, and again, this is year 2, so he wouldn't be having that full-on tank we know him to have. This is just a modified muscle car with just some extra plating and armor added to it, and obviously some weaponry to make it fit his crusade. And we do see this Batmobile in action as well, which is pretty cool. And I'm surprised that it could, like, you know, crash into things like that tank does. So that is another cool modification that this Batmobile has. But we do then have the scene where Batman drops and he slowly ascends to the face of these goons, which is just awesome. That scene also gave me chills, as it reminds me so much of these Batman ascendings when he's about to take down criminals. But we do then have this like drug deal taking place, criminal activity, let's say, and we have Batman enter over here, or he's just watching. Now this guy is actually the Penguin, so they did some really impressive makeup over here to Colin Farrell. He looks more like Penguin than he did before. I think it just works fine. It was really hard to tell who this was at first, but yeah, this is the Penguin. And lastly, to end off, however, we got Batman in the Batcave, and he's taking his mask off, and we get this sick shot of Batman unmasked with all that like eye makeup on and stuff like that. So he looks really, really angry. But yeah, honestly, I can't wait to see the Riddler in action. I can't wait to see this movie in general, because it's just so awesome. I think Matt Reeves did an amazing job so far from what we're seeing with this trailer. But yeah guys, thanks for watching. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please give a like and subscribe. Tell me in the comment section down below what you guys think about all of this and what your favorite part in this trailer was. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video.